So a couple of months ago, I was asked by PGG Wrightson to do a skydive out of a plane. I would sooner put a hot poker into my eye. I'm scared of heights and I'm scared of skydiving. I didn't do it. It was all for a good cause. It's for Pink Week, and this is PGG Wrightson supporting the IHC Calf and Rural Scheme. Great cause. Rightio, joining us on the country now is South Island Livestock Manager for PGG Wrightson, Shane Gherkin. Believe it or not, we used to kick about together many, many moons ago as teenagers. Hey Shane, great to catch up with you again. Were you tempted to jump out of the plane to raise money for the IHC?
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. No, I'm a bit like you. I'd rather get into a plane and fly to a destination and get out of it rather than jumping out of a perfectly good plane. But Rachel share our GM of people and safety, which is quite ironic that we've got the safety piece at the end. She was very, very keen to do that. And I think Rachel's motivation was around, as a kid, she used to raise calves for the IHC scheme. So it goes back a long way for her. And personally, she just wanted to do something that she could contribute to the Pink Week for the IHC. So she did that in Wanaka. She told me she jumped from 12,000 feet. It was minus 22 degrees, and so far, and a good thing is she's raised just over $2,500. So it's been a great effort by Rachel, and she said I'm still buzzing with excitement after my jump. So that's a good thing. It certainly wouldn't go both well for me or you, I don't think.
No. Yeah. Well done, Rachel Shearer, GM of People and Safety. And as you say, there's a great irony in that, isn't it?
Yeah,
jumping out of a plane.
Yeah,
look, it is Pink Week. It finishes tomorrow. It's celebrating a 41-year association with the IHC Calf and Rural Scheme with PGG Wrightson. You guys were there on day one, like Pine Tree Meads. It's been a wonderful association, and I'm so proud that I now play a small role in that, helping the IHC raise funds as well. So what we're asking farmers to do, Shane, is to buy an electric fence standard. In fact, you want the PAL pigtail standard, and if you buy one of those in store this week, $1 for each standard goes to the IHC.
Yeah, and it's a great cause, and certainly, as you say, Jamie, those 41 years that we've been associated with it, we've managed to contribute. And what it was originally, as we talked about, was the calf scheme. The company is very keen to broaden that horizon to obviously fundraise more for the IHC. So, yeah, great initiative, and we're all really 100% behind it.
And we're going to catch up with your Chief Executive, Steve Guerin, at Field Days next week. More about that. You, in your capacity as the South Island Livestock Manager, were flat tack in the middle of the bull selling season. Is everyone still chasing the black ones, the Angus ones? What's the interest like in the other beef breeds?
It's a horses for courses. Certainly the Angus is the flavour of the month, if you want to say it that way. But certainly, we're just getting through the Hereford's at the moment. The Angus will really start probably next week. We're starting to get into the Angus selling. But the Hereford's, to this stage, overall has been very, very good. We have probably seen the clearance rates just not quite as good as last year. The averages are back a little bit, but you can really, really see that, the good bulls, especially the farmers are looking for specific breeding traits that they want to introduce into their herd, are really chasing them hard. So, we're seeing that. I think, the other piece to the equation is that, the lamb checks are back, Jamie, and I think, people are probably working more to a budget than probably in previous years because they're just not quite as liquid as they have been. And so it'll be interesting to see once we do get to the Angus where that all ends up. But, what I would say, the bull sales I have been, the bulls have been superb. And, so I've had to compliment the vendors in regards to how they've presented those bulls for sale.
Your patch, the South Island, is literally awash with grass, awash being the operative word, because it's probably been a bit wet in some places, but there is grass for Africa. Has that meant a keen store market?
It has. It's actually interesting. It's given the ability with the feed in the South Island for the farmers to actually hang on. And then, of course, what's happened, that market has increased as demand, people looking for stock to eat the surplus feed. So, especially May, probably I haven't seen the numbers that have come out through May, through the sale yards, what we've been selling privately. and obviously where that market price has gone, it's increased on a week-to-week basis. So it's certainly the farmers that have hung on have been well and truly rewarded for the stock that they've sold, both for cattle and sheep.
Shane Gherkin, great to catch up. Well done, PGG Wrightson. Look, farmers, go and support the IHC Calf and Rural Scheme. PGG Wrightson will donate $1 from each pigtail standard purchased in-store or online during the week. Great cause. More about it next week at Field Days. Great to catch up, Shane.
Thanks, Jamie. Good to speak. Cheers.